I'm Lester Holt. Thanks for joining us.
He had already told me the guys were flying up from Florida, the Black Ops. At that point, it got a little scary. They're here to do a job, and they're gonna kill someone. This is crazy.
In a marriage, 3 is a crowd.
You're seeing another woman.
Right.
What do you think it was?
Chemistry.
And chemistry can be explosive.
Good morning. Russia retaliating, missiles striking the outskirts of Ukraine's capital once again after Ukraine destroyed Russia's lead battleship. Russia also warning the United States to stop its supply of arms to Ukraine or else. Now, the Russians set to launch a new, even more brutal offensive. We're live in Ukraine. Fighting back, the oldest member of the U.S. Senate, California's Dianne Feinstein, answers anonymous critics who claim her memory is rapidly fading. This morning, what she has to say about remaining in office. Searching for answers, more than 100 people connected to one New Jersey town diagnosed with rare brain tumors. Could they be linked to the local high school?
I don't believe in coincidences.
This morning, one man's very personal search for answers. Whirlwind royal trip. Harry and Meghan open the Invictus Games in the Netherlands just a day after that secret trip to visit Queen Elizabeth at Windsor Castle. Are Harry's concerns about the couple's security justified? This morning, Princess Diana's royal protection officer speaks out. Those stories plus football frenzy. A reincarnated USFL kicks off today in Alabama, nearly 4 decades after the original league folded. Helmet cams, a chip in the football to determine first downs, even three-point conversions, and a TV partnership that hasn't been seen in more than half a century. Today, Saturday, April 16, 2022.
From NBC News, this is Today with Peter Alexander and Kristen Welker.
Welcome to Today. Thanks for joining us on this Saturday morning. I'm Joe Fryer here with Morgan Radford. Good to have you with us. We are in New York this week. It's because Peter and Kristen are both recovering from COVID. Not to worry. They want you to know they're doing fine. I've been checking in with them all week. They're in good spirits right now.
We are so happy to hear that they're doing fine, and it's a pleasure to be with you this morning,
Good to have
Joe.
you with us.
Look, we know that the pandemic is seriously on people's minds right now, and we have a lot to cover this morning, so let's get right to it. With Easter, Passover, and Ramadan converging this weekend, many Americans are ready to get away after being stuck at home for years now, but they're battling high gas prices, crowded airplanes, and even concerns about some new COVID variants. More coming up.
Plus, the New York City police announced last night that 5 people are going to share that $50,000 reward for providing tips that led to the capture of the man suspected of carrying out this week's horrific subway shooting.
And Major League Baseball paid tribute to Jackie Robinson last night, 75 years to the day after he successfully integrated the game. Every player in the game wearing his number 42 jersey in his honor.
But let's begin this morning with our top story. Russia launching new missile strikes at Ukraine as it prepares for what's believed will be a major new offensive. NBC's Raf Sanchez is in Lviv, Ukraine for us this morning. Hey, Raf, good morning.
Joe, good morning. The last 2 weeks in Kyiv have been the quietest since the start of the war. Russian forces encircling the capital have pulled back, and it's been peaceful enough for President Zelensky to host foreign leaders. But that sense of calm has been shattered by Russian missile fire over the last 48 hours.
This morning, Kyiv once again under attack. Overnight, Russia bombing the outskirts of the capital for a second day in a row, according to the mayor. One person killed, he says, the most serious attack in Kyiv since Russian forces retreated in early April. Ukraine now bracing for Putin to retaliate for the sinking of his Black Sea flagship, the Moskva, and to launch his long-awaited assault across the south and east. President Zelensky saying the faster Ukraine gets the weapons it needs, the faster peace will come. And pausing to wish his citizens a happy Passover. But in a formal diplomatic note, Moscow demanding the U.S. halt supply of arms to Ukraine, warning of unpredictable consequences if it doesn't. A White House official saying this shows the effectiveness of our weapons delivery. The Kremlin also accusing Ukrainian troops of illegally striking 2 border regions inside Russia. Ukraine not commenting, but a bitter irony given mounting evidence of Russian war crimes. Police now saying the bodies of 900 civilians found in the Kyiv suburbs. And in besieged Mariupol, the UN says people are starving to death as Russia blocks aid. Russia denies war crimes or that it's targeting civilians. U.S. officials now confirming the Moskva was hit by Ukrainian missiles. Russia still refusing to say how many sailors were lost to the depths of the Black Sea. There will be victories, there will be tragedies, but the memory remains, he says. The death toll from last week's Russian strike at Kramatorsk train station now at 59 after 2 more children died of their wounds, Ukrainian officials say. They plan to send this bloody toy to the UN, proof of what they call a barbaric crime by Putin's troops. But still, the trains keep running. On the 302 to Lviv, we met 1-year-old Solomea. It's her first train journey and the start of her family's new life as refugees.
Do you think one day you'll come back to Ukraine, that she'll grow up here?
Of course, he says, there is a Ukrainian proverb, everywhere is good, but home is best.
Now, the local governor says there were strikes here in Lviv overnight. We were actually woken up at 5 a.m. by the air raid sirens. Very unusual to have strikes this far west. But, Joe, it's a reminder that nowhere in Ukraine is out of range of Putin's missiles.
All right, Raf Sanchez in Lviv, Ukraine. Raf, thank you.
Retired 4-star General Barry McCaffrey is an NBC News military analyst. General McCaffrey, good morning, and thank you so much for being with us. First off, we are more than 50 days into a war that Russia thought would be over quickly. But since then, we've seen the war rage from the south and now to the east. So, General, what is the next phase, in your opinion? I mean, do you anticipate that this one could be even uglier than what we've seen thus far?
Yeah, well, it's been a terribly bloody conflict, no question. The Russians may have lost 35,000 or more killed and wounded. And President Zelensky yesterday said the Ukrainians have lost around 13,000 military killed and wounded. So now we go from a defensive battle in built-up urban areas, which the Ukrainians have won decisively in the north, ejecting the Russians out of their country. Russians are now repositioning to the east, where they will try and fight a war of fire and maneuver, the object of which is to destroy the Ukrainian armed forces, not to seize terrain in the Donbass. And then in the south, Mariupol, after long siege and bloody bombing of the city, maybe 10,000 civilians killed, Mariupol will probably fall, and then we will see what the Russians can do to try and seize the major port of Odessa. The U.S. and 15 allies, U.S. European Command, are pumping new military technology into the country. The Ukrainians are preparing to fight a war of maneuver against the Russians in open terrain in offensive operations.
General, we know the U.S. and NATO nations have been sending money and weapons to Ukraine. That's now prompting this note from Moscow saying that there will be unpredictable consequences for continued support. How big of a threat is that?
Not much. Russia has 60% of their ground combat power fighting in Ukraine, and they're not doing well. They've had bad theater leadership at general officer level. At a tactical level, their 65 battalion combat teams have been indisciplined, murderous, and ineffective. We need to have NATO respond, not just the U.S., and tell them we have no intention of backing off. I think there's zero chance of Russia effectively threatening the rest of NATO now. I mean, Putin's actually strategically lost the war already. NATO has come together, rearmed. New entrants, Finland and Sweden, perhaps will join the alliance in the coming months. He's desperate and in a hole.
General McCaffrey, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it.
Good to be with you.
Moving on now, millions of Americans are hitting the road or taking to the skies today for the holiday weekend. It is a welcome relief after a couple years stuck at home during the pandemic. But health officials say we need to be on the lookout for COVID to make a comeback. NBC's Guad Venegas joins us now from Los Angeles. Guad, good morning.
Joe, good morning. Well, Americans want a piece of spring break, and travelers nationwide are on the road. They're on the skies, and this holiday weekend, a lot of vacationers tell us now they are taking the precautions for COVID, but this will no longer stop them from traveling. This morning, Americans are back on the move, with millions getting ready for the Easter and Passover holiday weekend.
I'm very excited.
And despite record high gas prices, many holiday makers are still hitting the road. A year ago, Americans were paying an average of $2.86 per gallon. Now the average $4.07.
Are we taking any bags today?
But nothing seems to be stopping families from getting away.
This is our first family vacation in like 3 years.
AAA seeing a more than 200% increase in bookings for flights, hotels, and car rentals across spring break hotspots.
Plane was full, lines around the block for food.
Airports back to pre-pandemic crowds, with the TSA screening an average of 2.1 million passengers every day this week. For travelers getting on planes, the mask mandate has been extended. Now, that's a clear reminder that COVID is still spreading and new variants are still emerging. The highly transmissible BA2 strain now fueling a 16% increase in cases across the U.S.
I've seen maybe 5 patients who said that they think they just have a cold and they got tested and they came back positive.
But with hospitalizations hitting an all-time pandemic low, experts say this holiday won't look anything like Omicron's New Year's surge.
If you are vaccinated and you are boosted and you have a very low risk that there's going to be a problem, then you should just go about and enjoy the holiday season.
A welcome message for Americans looking to enjoy the holiday weekend. And good news this week, the FDA authorized a new COVID breathalyzer that's able to detect the virus in just minutes. This is a machine that we could soon be seeing at offices, mobile testing sites, or hospitals. Joe, Morgan.
Every tool helps. Squad Venegas, thank you so much.
And now to Washington, where this morning 88-year-old Senator Dianne Feinstein is fighting back against anonymous sources who say they have questions about her fitness to serve. NBC News White House correspondent Kelly O'Donnell has the latest there. Hi, Kelly. Good morning.
Good morning, Morgan. Sensitive, painful, and difficult questions are being raised about one of the most prominent U.S. senators of the last 30 years. Dianne Feinstein has more than 2 years left on her current term, but she's being forced to defend her ability to do the job.
This is a bit of a tough place.
California Democrat Dianne Feinstein knows all too well about the daggers of life in politics. At age 88 and the oldest senator, she is under intense but quiet scrutiny about her mental fitness to serve. The San Francisco Chronicle reported that 4 unnamed senators, including 3 Democrats and 3 former Feinstein staffers, claim Feinstein's memory is rapidly deteriorating, raising a sensitive question. Should she step down before her term ends in 2024? The pushback was swift. Senator Feinstein issued a statement. The real question is whether I'm still an effective representative for 40 million Californians, and the record shows that I am. Weeks ago, Feinstein engaged in the Supreme Court confirmation hearing.
She's an exceptional nominee.
Questioning Ketanji Brown Jackson.
I'm particularly interested in the case of Roe v. Wade.
The whispers about her fitness come at a painful personal time. While I have focused for much of the past year on my husband's health and ultimate passing, I have remained committed to achieving results, and I'd put my record up against anyone's. The Senate skews toward seniors. Strom Thurmond retired at 100. 7 current senators are over age 80. Iowa's Chuck Grassley is just 3 months younger than Feinstein, and he is running for re-election. Could gender be a factor? Political competition, or sincere concern about Feinstein's health? Hard to determine when the critics stay out of public view. The current U.S. Senate is the oldest in history, but working at an older age happens here, too, with our two oldest serving presidents. President Biden will turn 80 in November. He was 78 years old on Inauguration Day, and his predecessor, President Trump, was 70 when he was sworn in. Now, both men talk about a potential rematch. We know it's too soon for that, but that would mean President Biden would be age 82 and a would-be candidate Trump would be 78. And both men have talked about health as a key factor in their future plans. And that is the issue. It's not just age as a number, but the health of public officials involved. Morgan?
Absolutely. NBC's Kelly O'Donnell live from the White House. Kelly, thank you.
Also this morning, Twitter is fighting back against billionaire Elon Musk's bid to try and take over the platform. The company's board voted Friday to adopt what's known as a poison pill strategy to fend off Musk. He offered to buy the social media giant this week for $43 billion. Musk currently owns 9% of Twitter's stock. If his shares grow to more than 15%, well, then the pill kicks in and the company will make discounted stock available to other shareholders to dilute Musk's stake. The maneuver effectively slows or blocks a takeover.
Now to some sad news. Beloved actress Liz Sheridan has passed away at the age of 93. Sheridan was best known for her role as Jerry's doting mother on the hit TV sitcom Seinfeld. Her death comes just 1 week after the passing of fellow Seinfeld star Estelle Harris, who played the mother of Jerry's sidekick, George Costanza. Seinfeld paid tribute to his co-star on Twitter, writing, "Liz was always the sweetest, nicest TV mom a son could wish for. So lucky to have known her."
They both made us laugh so much.
Absolutely.
All right. It is time for a first check of that forecast. So let's turn to Samara Theodore in our Washington, D.C. studio for that. Hey, Samara, good morning.
Good morning, Morgan. Good morning, Joe. And to our friends at home, today we are tracking storms. It seems like the southeast just can't catch a break today, no different. We've got tons of lightning moving through Alabama right now with these storms. Very heavy rain in Atlanta. Already starting to see some watches and warnings spark off in areas like Arkansas. Now, the severe weather threat today is stretching from areas like Del Rio, Texas, right on into Charleston, South Carolina. So a very wide swath today. And areas like Shreveport, Louisiana, Jackson, Mississippi, even down to Mobile, Alabama, could see another round of severe weather tomorrow. And with tomorrow's risk, we see an even elevated risk for isolated tornadoes. So that's something to keep in mind for your Easter Sunday if you live in Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, even in parts of southern Georgia and into the Florida Panhandle. Now, meanwhile, in the Northeast, on the northern tier of this storm system, we are tracking some snow. Snow showers will continue to fall through parts of the area like upstate New York and into parts of New England. For the Southeast, we are tracking the rain and the storms not only today, but also through tomorrow afternoon. As far as the rest of the country faring for your Easter Sunday, for all the Easter egg hunts, headed to church, to brunch out on the West Coast, things look great. Tons of sunshine out that way. Could be a bit of a soggy start for your Sunday if you're going to be doing any Easter eggs hunts in the Southeast. Meanwhile, in the Mid-Atlantic, we are faring cooler than average. That's a look at the weather across the country. Let's see what's going on a little closer to home.
Okay, go ahead, reset.
Cold toss. That's your local forecast. Guys, back to you.
All right, Samara, thanks so much. Still to come, a cluster of rare brain tumors in one New Jersey town. Could it be linked to the local high school?
Plus, just what the doctor ordered, a trip to the great outdoors. Why you can now actually get a prescription for some fresh air and the amazing health benefits it can bring. But first, these messages.
These days, it feels like the news never stops. So let's get into it. What's right now, what it all means for you for an hour every day. It can be hard to keep up, so start it together.
Hallie Jackson Now, weekdays at 5 on NBC News Now.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Today. Future's looking bright.
Time for yourself an entire body reset.
Let's go. The new approach to planet. Simple life swaps, great for the environment.
We're celebrating great, redefining what it means to be a family.
They say it takes a village, and you guys actually have created Village. We are ready, ready, ready. We got a little spring in our step. Spring!
This is quite the spring break crowd.
Hold on to your seats.
The Thing About Pam is the chart-topping podcast from Dateline and Keith Morrison.
A strange story and a career of stories.
All episodes are available now, wherever you get your podcasts.
Top Story with Tom Llamas, weeknights at 7 on NBC News Now. Our world is facing some complex issues. Todd breaks them down. Every Thursday, a deep dive into a new subject.
Of covering a lot of topics in one show, we're going to focus on one and take a deeper look at how it impacts America.
Exploring and explaining the critical stories that affect our future. Press Reports. Thursdays at 10:30 p.m. Streaming on NBC News Now and on demand next day on Peacock.
Still to come on the Channel 2 News. Well, the waters are certainly receding now.
Still too close.
Lester Holt reporting from Ground Zero, as it's being referred to.
It is, in fact. The Haitian people know a little something about resiliency. What's the biggest risk right now? I want to welcome you to the first presidential debate. In fact, we've been told to go any farther. Here are some resilient folks. Let me get a hint.
Live from Ukraine, from Mayfield, Kentucky, from Waukesha, Wisconsin, to news, you have to be in it. This is how so many towns and cities are protecting them. You can actually see they're pushing the gates open.
I also want to get home.
Home. You'll get home. Do you remember any tornado as bad as this one? You look at this, we're not going to have power for weeks, if not months. Exactly. Every night. It's your playlist.
Top Story with Tom Llamas, weeknights at 7 on NBC News Now.
News is happening now.
Look at what's making headlines around the world.
Whenever it happens, wherever you are, it's here now.
Our world is facing some complex issues. Todd breaks them down. Every Thursday, a deep dive into a new subject.
Of covering a lot of topics in one show, we're going to focus on one and take a deeper look at how it impacts America.
Exploring and explaining the critical stories that affect our future. Press Reports. Thursdays at 10:30 p.m. Streaming on NBC News Now and on demand next day on Peacock.
News is happening now.
Look at what's making headlines around the world.
Coming on the air with breaking news.
This is a significant moment.
Whenever it happens, wherever you are, NBC News, streaming free now.
With the weekly download, our look at the week's other big stories.
That's right. Starting with the panic in the New York City subway when bullets started flying at rush hour.
Horror in Brooklyn after a gunman opened fire on a crowded subway train during the morning rush hour commute.
You can hear that gunfire in this video from the next car over.
10 people were shot, at least 13 more injured in the scramble to get away. The suspected shooter, 62-year-old Frank James, was arrested in Manhattan after a nearly 30-hour manhunt. Severe weather ripped through the South, bringing heavy winds, flooding, and even tornadoes.
There goes. The storm producing a lightning strike bonanza stretching 1,000 miles from Minnesota to the Gulf Coast, affecting 45 million people.
New inflation data showed prices soared 8.5% in March, the highest level in 41 years. President Biden announced a new plan to boost the sale of ethanol-blended gasoline to alleviate some pain at the pump, while still blaming Putin's invasion of Ukraine for record gas prices.
But in reality, inflation has been soaring above 5% for nearly a year. And our latest NBC News poll shows just 6% of Americans blame rising prices on the Russian invasion of Ukraine. 38% blame President Biden and his policies.
In an NBC News exclusive, former President Barack Obama spoke to Al Roker about his upcoming National Park series on Netflix and what life is like after the White House.
Post-presidency, how has life changed for you, Michelle, Sasha, and Malia?
There are times where I miss the work. I don't miss the hoopla, though. And, we're finding that we can be really productive, contributing citizens in all kinds of other ways.
Beloved comedian Gilbert Gottfried passed away at the age of 67. Gottfried was known for his iconic voice and sometimes brash comedy.
Boy, is he funny or what?
He died after battling a rare muscle condition that ultimately affected his heart. Some of the week's wildest moments caught on camera. A car in Minnesota lost control on a highway ramp and crashed into a truck, sending it off to the side of the road where it burst into flames. Incredibly, no one was seriously injured. A dolphin attacked its trainer during a performance at a Miami aquarium. The trainer was not seriously hurt. And a kebab maker in Turkey fulfilled a lifelong dream when he sent a balloon carrying one of his kebabs right up to the edge of space. And finally, singer Ed Sheeran surprised local pub goers in England when he stopped by for a night out, hopping behind the bar, playing some pool, and even joining a sing-along.
We've been together 6 months now.
The owner said Ed was super down to earth, but that his pint pulling could, well, use some work.
I mean, truly, what would you do if Ed Sheeran just casually walked into your favorite pub,
No security or anything, I can't imagine. I love how they're like, he was so nice, he played pool, he sang along. Horrible bartender, horrible bartender.
Please don't pour me one, Ed. You can sing I'm in love with the shape of you anytime. I'll take it.
All right, love that. Still to come on today, Prince Harry and Duchess Meghan, they're opening the Invictus Games today, just a day after their secret trip to see the Queen. So what did the prince say to his grandmother?
Plus, Coachella, that iconic music festival in the desert, is back. Some big news taking the stage, including a last-minute addition to replace Kanye West. But first, these messages.
To cover this, you have to be in it. These are families trying to board those trains to Poland.
I also want to get home.
You'll get home. Every night, it's your news playlist.
Story with Tom Llamas, weeknights at 7 on NBC News Now.
News happening now.
Look at what's making headlines around the world.
We're coming on the air. News.
This is a significant moment.
Whenever it happens, wherever you NBC News, streaming free now.
Our world is facing some complex issues. Chuck Todd breaks every Thursday, a deep dive into a new subject.
Instead of covering topics in one show, we're going to focus on one and take a deeper look at how it impacts America.
And explaining the critical stories that affect our future. Meet the Press Report. Thursdays at 10:30 p.m. Stream NBC News Now and on demand next day on Peacock.
How urgent is our position as far as our climate's concerned?
Exploring new steps to save our wildlife.
We're going to go find some bison.
And our planet, only on Today.
Fire has leaps and bounds. You see behind me is typical. How you doing?
Pretty.
Hold seats.
The Thing About Pam is the chart-topping podcast series from Dave and Keith Morrison.
A strange story and a career of strange stories.
Episodes are available now, wherever you get your podcasts.
Hallie Now, weekdays at 5 on NBC News Now.
Fire has leaps and bounds. You see behind me is typical. How you doing?
Pretty.
Can this still end diplomatically with Vladimir Putin in charge of Russia? Our promise to take in 100 Ukrainian refugees. Is that enough? The circus-like stuff that the hearings turned into. The system seems broken. What do we do? If it's Sunday, it's Meet the Press.
Tom Llamas, weeknights at 7 on NBC News Now.
News now. Look at what's making headlines around the world. Whenever, wherever you are, it's here now. You have to be in it. These are families trying to board those trains to Poland.
I also want to get home.
You'll get home.
Every night, it's your news playlist.
Top Story with Tom Llamas, weeknights at 7 on NBC News Now.
Hold your seats.
The Thing About Pam is the chart-topping podcast series from Dave and Keith Morrison.
A strange story and a career of strange stories.
Episodes are available now, wherever you get your podcasts.
Sometimes it can be difficult and overwhelming for kids to understand, so we've created a newscast for them. We hope your family will watch Nightly News Kids Edition.
Stand on the edge of the cliff and jump takes a lot of guts. We are meeting people one after the other who've made profound changes. I think you're going to be blown away by the life lessons.
Listen to Making Space Now, wherever you get your podcasts.
NBC News, streaming free now.
Now with Joshua Johnson, streaming weeknights at 8 on NBC News Now.
Hold your seats.
The Thing About Pam is the chart-topping podcast series from Dave and Keith Morrison.
A strange story and a career of strange stories.
Episodes are available now, wherever you get your podcasts.
We are back on this Saturday morning, April 16th, 2022, and that is Harry Styles making his debut at Coachella last night, which is back after a 2-year hiatus. Styles headlined the popular music festival there in the desert and really brought along a surprise guest. We will have a lot more on who's performing this weekend and who isn't coming up in Pop Stars.
Giving us a lot of looks there, isn't he? My
right?
goodness.
We
All
love
right.
to see it.
Love that. All
Yeah.
right. Let's begin this half hour with a check of the headlines, starting with the war in Ukraine. Intensifying this morning. Overnight, Russia launched a new round of missile strikes near Kyiv in retaliation for the sinking of its lead battleship in the Black Sea. The escalating violence is a reversal after Russian forces retreated from the capital earlier this month. This comes amid new reports that police have found the bodies of more than 900 civilians in the outskirts of Kyiv.
The Good Samaritans who helped track down the New York City subway shooter this week have learned that they will split the reward. The NYPD announced that 5 tipsters will share a total of $50,000 in return for providing critical information that led directly to the arrest of the alleged gunman. That's 62-year-old Frank James. Now, James was taken into custody on Wednesday, just 30 hours after 10 people were shot on a Brooklyn subway. He is currently being held without bail and faces up to life in prison.
And the teams are finally set for the NBA playoffs after an exciting round of play-in games Friday night. The New Orleans Pelicans clinched the last playoff spot in the Western Conference with a fourth-quarter comeback win over the LA Clippers. And over in the Eastern Conference, it was the Atlanta Hawks that took down the Cleveland Cavaliers to advance thanks to a 38-point performance from All-Star Trae Young. The first round of playoff action kicks off tonight.
Also this morning, a New Jersey community is now searching for answers after finding out that more than 100 people in that area have been diagnosed with a rare brain tumor. And this morning, all eyes are on the local high school thanks to one man's search for the truth. NBC's Jesse Kirsch is outside Colonia High School with more. Jesse, good morning.
Morgan, good morning. Al Lupiano was searching for answers after losing his sister to a battle with cancer following a brain tumor diagnosis. He says he is currently living with a brain tumor himself, as is his wife, and he soon realized all three of them shared something in common with dozens more people, he says, who had similar diagnoses. They all spent a lot of time right here.
This morning, one New Jersey high school at the heart of a medical mystery.
She was a nurse, and all she cared about was other people.
That's how Matt DeSillis remembers his wife, Angela, who died in February after a hellish cancer battle. The fight began with a brain tumor diagnosis last summer.
I don't believe in coincidences.
Her brother, Al Lupiano, quickly sensed this was more than bad luck. He's been living with a non-cancerous brain tumor for over 20 years. His wife recently found out she has the same condition. Through Facebook, Lupiano says he found 100 other people who went through the same thing as he, his wife, and his sister. All have brain tumors.
I graduated from Colonia High School in 1997.
Graduated class of 88.
In 1986. 1993.
And spent time as a student or employee of Colonia High School in Woodbridge Township, New Jersey, mostly from 1972 to 2000.
Radiation can cause a higher incidence of cancer in general, as well as brain tumors, but it's difficult to say if there's definitely an environmental cause for this.
The discovery raising alarms for local leaders.
That's enough evidence that we have to act, and we have acted, and we started authorizing testing, and we're in the field.
But the school stayed open before spring break started yesterday.
Until there's something definitive, I don't think I'll take them out of the school.
Two of Matt DeSillis' daughters are among the students walking the same halls their late mother did years ago.
I don't want anybody else to suffer, including my own daughters. So I'm kind of hoping they don't find anything.
Their Uncle Al still trying to solve the mystery.
My sister passed February 17th, and every day is a new day where I have to relive that over and over again. But it's what I have to do for her.
The federal EPA is confirming that it is aware of these cases and says it is working with state and local officials here in New Jersey as they investigate what might be causing this mystery, and those families continue searching for answers. Morgan.
Jesse Christopher there in New Jersey. Jesse, thank you so much.
All right, Samara's back with another check of the weather. Hey, Samara.
Hey, this morning we're going to go ahead and start by heading out west, where we are tracking a critical risk for fire weather right now. Relative humidity 10 to 15%, winds 20 to 25 miles per hour. Those are prime ingredients for critical risk of wildfires right now, from Albuquerque all the way down to Roswell and New Mexico. It's a bit of fire and ice here, though, because you head to the north, we've got the winter weather advisory in effect for areas like Oregon, right on into northern California, and even a winter storm warning for some spots. You can see here, we could see as high as 9 inches of snow farther north, and we could see about an inch of snow in areas like Oregon. It's not the snow, it's also the chance for rain, and we are looking at significant rainfall in California, or should I say much needed rainfall in Northern California as we head throughout the day. As far as the rest of the country, well, we are tracking that threat for severe weather down in the southeast. They're going to be seeing not only one, but a little closer to home. That's the weather in your neighborhood. Back to you both.
All right, Samara, thanks. Just ahead, today is National Parks Day. Coming up, why your doctor just might give you a prescription to get outside to visit one of those parks and get moving.
That's right. But first, these
operation witnessing the massive crowds at Larry Boat.